it's Dabria, and I am so excited because on today's vlog we are going to be going on a very exciting trip, a very exciting adventure. If you know me, if you've seen any of the videos whatsoever on my channel, you will know that I have pretty much one thing that I love more than everything else, and that is Five Nights at Freddy's. And today we are traveling to Orlando to go to the Five Nights at Freddy's, what are we going to? We're going to Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights, specifically going to see Five Nights at Freddy's. We paid for the flights, we paid for the tickets, we paid for everything just to go see Freddy and Chica and everyone at the, I almost said the Pizzaplex, because we've been playing Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach over on the channel, which if you haven't seen any of the videos, please check them out. I've been having so much fun playing through this game again. But anyway, on to today's adventure. We are going to head down to Orlando and we are going to check out what this house is all about. We're gonna try some of the food, we're gonna check out the merch, and I'm super excited. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm bursting with excitement. So we will catch up with you later. Bye! We made it! It's raining like crazy, unfortunately, but we're gonna make the best of it.
Yeah!
I was like, any thoughts? I have my band from the daycare pin, and we are super excited. Hopefully the rain stops. Can I record? Oh, okay, I've seen other people record. We just got out of the Five Nights at Freddy's house. What did you think?
Very pretty.
Pretty?
Partied it up.
Oh yeah.
And then
Dancing, talking in our sleep, that's what it is.
Yeah, lots of sleep talking. But it was good. Yeah, it was just really pretty. It was very nice. Lots of toys, obviously. And then,
yeah, they had a lot of plushies around. It was cute. Like lots of different merch sort of plushies.
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought it was really cute, but I felt also kind of disappointed. I think I had really, really high expectations, and I felt like they could have done a lot more than they did, and it was just kind of like, the animatronics were super cool. They did a really, really awesome job, but I was wishing that it had been more immersive. We went to the Stranger Things house last year, and that felt so immersive to me, and this one was just kind of like, I guess walking through a cramped pizzeria.
Yeah.
So I guess it fit, but
I wish there was more Fazbear and his friends for being more evil, I guess to say. because, I mean, spoiler alert, you might want to skip the next 10 seconds. But, you know, because Springtrap is kind of controlling them, but he kind of just pops up at the end and that's pretty much it. And it was just like, I understand that from the movie's perspective, but I just wish there was more red eyes, because you know that's when they start to go bad. So.
Yeah. They did have like the characters getting dragged away by the animatronics, like the guys who like jumped to the building, what's that called? Like infiltrated the building and were breaking stuff. They had those guys like getting dragged away, and that was really cool. The Bonnie animatronic like grabbing that guy was really cool.
Yeah,
the animatronics were awesome. It looked really good.
They were very pretty.
Overall,
very well done.
Very well done. Really, really cool. I just felt like overall there could have been more. I wanted more, you know?
Next year, once the new movie comes out,
they'll do another one.
Yeah, we'll be at that house for sure. I don't care if it's in Florida or in California. We're going. So.
Yeah, but overall it was very cool.
Yeah.
We're in line again to go through FNAF. It's 1:45 in the morning and we are wiped out. We are ready to go home. But it's been good. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
We got some cool stuff we'll share. Bye. That is a wrap on our day at Halloween Horror Nights. Woo! It was so much fun and we are so tired, and we will
see Freddy or
in our dreams. See you later. Bye. Hello, we are officially back from our Halloween Horror Nights Orlando trip. It was so cool, so fun. It was wonderful. It was exciting. Honestly, I feel like I had really high expectations. I feel like I was so hyped for everything, and I think that honestly, for the most part, and I'll get into this, but I think for the most part, my expectations were met and exceeded. There were some things where I was kind of like, meh, but all in all, it was a really, really cool trip, and I'm so glad that we were able to go. Now, as I mentioned, I wasn't able to actually record in the house, unfortunately. I didn't even think about this. I guess they have rules that like you just can't record in the houses. No spoilers apparently. But thankfully they had a media night a couple weeks before, which I didn't know about. And so we do have a walkthrough of the house that we can watch and react to together. And I'll tell you all of my thoughts that I had while being in the house. I wrote them down as soon as we got out of the house. Everything I was thinking, everything I loved, everything I thought they could do better. And we will go over it all. We will not miss a thing. Okay. So first, let's go through the house. Let's watch this video. Thank you to Attractions 360 on YouTube for the walkthrough, and I'm so happy you were able to go see it and record it in person. And then after we watch this, after I give you my thoughts in the moment, I'll add any other thoughts that I feel like I missed from my notes, and that'll be the summary of our video. So thank you and stick around to see the adventure. So right off the bat, okay, I'm gonna yap through the whole thing. If you want to see a video with no one yapping, check out this video. They did a great job recording. Awesome job. Loved it. But I'm gonna yap through the video because that's what this vlog is about. It's about my experience. So as soon as we walked in, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. It feels so real. It's so exciting. It's kind of one of those moments where you're like blurring the lines between reality and games. I'll get more into that later if I remember. But let's dive into the house. The media night people are also a lot more spaced out than we were. We were like back to back with people.
Let's introduce you to the stars of the show.
So this part, they have the music going. Oh my gosh, and right out of the gate, you're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good. It's so cute. Look at the carpet. You can't get better than freaking 80s carpet. Oh my gosh. Shoot, what was I gonna say? Oh, for those of you that don't know, the house was based off the first movie. So there's definitely some big discrepancies there because the movie is not necessarily as accurate as it could be to the game. But for a movie, for trying to get people invested, for cinema, they had to change some things, right? So let's proceed. The fact that they even have like these full, you can't even tell on here. You can't tell on the video. These were huge, full-size animatronics. They were taller than me. They were taller than my husband. They were gigantic. They were functional. It was so cool. Like the only thing I wished was that they looked more scrappy. Like looking at Bonnie every time I would pass. I went through this house twice because I loved it. Every time I would go past, I was like, man, they're looking a little too nice. They're looking a little too cleaned up. We gotta scrap them around a little bit. Like, look at those movements. Disney could never. They have a little diner table over here. Little foxy boy. All of the animatronics were so cool. So this is the kitchen. They're showing us Chica feasting in the kitchen. We have cupcake in the fridge. Not really, the fridge didn't open, but just that scene from the movie where they have the fridge. Oh, I guess there's a little Chica girly. I don't even remember her, honestly, walking through it. There's cupcake in the fridge. It's so dark. At some points it was like you didn't even know what was happening. There's a Freddy hand popping out of the wall. That part was cool. Super cool. Oh, so that was a security guard. He was like popping out. I think he was just supposed to represent Mike. That part actually, that did get me the first time because I like had the Freddy hand on the left side and I was like, meh, not that bad. And then I see the security guard popping out of nowhere and I was like, oh my gosh. So they have a little back office area. Honestly, getting to walk through a replica of what we were seeing in the movies, what we lived and loved in the games, it was so cool. It was super cool. Like I have my nitpicky here and there little things, but the fact that they put the time in to put this together, I feel like was so cool. We were so blessed. As FNAF fans, we were blessed. If you haven't gone yet, check it out. If it's feasible for you, check it out. It was cool. I wonder if they had at this part, because I never actually saw Foxy move there, but they did have the dum 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 or whatever it is. They had that audio, but he never actually moved or lit up every time I walked through. So I don't really know what was happening with that part. The fact that the actors even look like the people from the movies, I thought they did really well with the casting. And what a fun job to just scream at people all day. I don't think I even noticed the chair when we went through. Oh, because I was looking at the TV every time. The screen over there. Of the bite of 87. Or I guess the bite of whatever year this is. I wasn't even looking at the animatronic head. The camera guy. He said, oh. Me too, guy. Me too. So cool. I loved this part. Like, shout out to the actor for bringing that moment to life. And you know he couldn't move very much because that's an animatronic. So shout out to him for really, like, just bringing that to life in such a cool way. Oh, here's his doom-da-doom. I don't know what he was doing earlier then. So cool. Look at that. We love Foxy. They had these really cool little arcade things. I love hearing the other people freaking out too, because that was me. At one point we got stuck at this part and I just kept watching Chica like turning and doing whatever Chica's doing. Isn't that so cool? I feel like tech has come so far. And that's the end. Oh my gosh, we have a walking spring trap. So cool. It seriously was such a cool house. Really awesome adventure. Thank you again to Attractions 360 for the video. Let's go through my thoughts on what I was frustrated by, enjoyed, etc. at the end of the house. So what I have written first here is the movie isn't as scary as the game, which is just facts. It's not. It's fun. It's a silly, scary movie, but like I feel like that's the kind of movie I would watch as a tween with friends at a sleepover. It's not necessarily... I would not play FNAF as a tween. I did not play it till I was in my 20s because I had heard how spooky it was. And I just think the whole plot overall is a lot more scary in the game. But a huge aspect of this that I don't think they accomplished in the house at all is the FNAF games, in my opinion, rely on sound. It really focuses on the jump scare, right? The whole game is based around jump scares. And so for that, you have to have the build-up and you have to have the audio. There's so many videos done about this. So definitely go research them, go watch them. But I think sound plays such a huge part in FNAF games. And the house just couldn't replicate that. It was so loud. It was right next to another house too. Like there was like a wall or a curtain between them, but they were in the same building. And so you couldn't replicate this ambiance of horror, of mystery, of build up and tension, and then finally having a scare moment, which obviously is a haunted house. It's fine. But I really was hoping to kind of like live the game a little more. That's just my nitpickiness from the depths of my gamer heart. Going along with that, so I wrote down, it felt like it could have been more immersive with more story, dialogue, and music. They had the music at the beginning, which was cute and fun, but I felt like overall there wasn't a lot of story. Later on, we went through the Fallout house, and I thought that one was so much more of what I expected for the FNAF house, because they actually had the characters who were like, hey, come on. And in this one, it was just Mike being like, right? And I feel like yeah, FNAF is a jump scare game, I just said that, but the movie especially had so much story to it. And so I felt like they could have given it more heart and more character in that way rather than just nonstop screaming. Because really very few of the scares in this actually got me. I just think it could have, especially, I think about the Stranger Things house. I loved the Stranger Things house, but it was so story oriented. Like, you really felt like you were there. It was so cool. And I just think that they could have done more of that with this. Granted, that one was completely different in the way that they didn't have actual, from what I remember, they didn't have actual huge animatronics moving and functioning. Like, I don't know how much they could have done. I guess we got to be generous given what we're working with here. Like, they couldn't have had the animatronics saying things, but I do think they could have had the cast members, like, more than just the little kids screaming. Like, they could have had the little girl, I don't even remember her name right now, Abby. They could have had Abby being like, let's be friends, or something like that. And I think that would have added its own element of like, oh, you want to be friends with these guys? So I think that could have been, I would have liked to have seen more of that. Something else that I really... The first time I went through the house, I was stuck behind a group of individuals who were grown enough to not be scared, but the entire time they were just like, ah, ah, ah. And it really bothered me because I felt like I couldn't actually enjoy the house, and I couldn't hear half of the house because they were genuinely like fake screaming about it all. And so the second time we went through the house, way better. There was hardly anyone in front of us because we went at like 2 a.m. right before close, and I could actually hear and see and feel more immersed. And so that made a huge difference too. I wish, obviously, in the depths of my heart, I wish that I could just walk through this and explore it like an actual world. But whatever, it is what it is. Yeah, I wrote, the scare that got me the most was the security guard looking guy. None of the little like kid actors, they weren't kids, I don't think, because I don't think they could have minors work in this, in my opinion. But the actors portraying the kids didn't scare me at all. They were just loud. The animatronics didn't scare me at all. They were just cool. But I really got jump scared by Mike. I was like, I just was not expecting a full-grown man to jump out at me, you know? So that was funny. That was scary. Let's see. Oh, like I said, so Bonnie, the part when Bonnie's holding the robber guy, that part was so cool. I really thought that part was awesome because you could tell he couldn't, like, move too much. If he was, like, actually pretending to try to get out of there with, like, any degree of force, he probably would have broken the animatronic. So I just thought it was this really cool balance of animatronic and human actor, because none of the other ones got even remotely close to the animatronics. They were all completely like separate by themselves, just in their little corners. So I thought that part was really cool. All in all, I thought it was a really cool house, really fun trip. I definitely invite you to check out this video, and if you haven't played any of the Five Nights at Freddy's games and you just happened to click on this for kicks and giggles, or maybe you went to Halloween Horror Nights and wanted to see my thoughts on it, definitely check out the games. Check out my playthroughs or play them yourself. Definitely recommend them. If you're looking for a fun, spooky, but not overwhelmingly terrifying horror game, I highly recommend them. I think that's everything for now, so thank you for joining me today, and I will see you next time. And until then, I hope you have a great day or night or whatever it is, wherever you are, whenever you're watching this. Bye! Oh, also, I got my merch. Woohoo! It says Halloween Horror Nights on the back.